Good morning, y'all. So I just want to get up into this reunion for the Real Housewives season 16. Finally got to reunion number 1, and I just want to say I don't know what flopped harder. Porsha return, season 16, or this reunion, because I don't know what's going on with Andy Cohen. Is it all these lawsuits that just took away his messiness? I don't know what it is, but this reunion did not give or reveal anything. There was nothing exposed on this reunion. I don't even know why this was an episode. And if this was episode 1, I can only imagine what episode 2 and 3 is. Like, I'm so fucking confused. Like, what is going on? I don't know if Andy is just so far up Porsha's ass, if they just placed all their bets on Porsha. Like I always say, when they brought Porsha back, they gave her some kind of deal with NBC Universal to do like acting on their other networks or their other shows. And I just don't understand. You would expect. Last time we seen Porsha, she was at Fallon's house shaking her hand, beating that husband. And then she married Simon in 30 days or got engaged in 30 days, quit the show, quit all her jobs. She was never to be answered for again for what she did. So this is the first time you're back on Real Housewives. We would expect the first time we see you on reunion stage, Andy gonna be like, Porsha, last time we seen you, you were with Fallon. You know, you said that was your friend. You met her husband at the pool, blah, blah, blah. Then the next time we see you, you're posting that you're engaged in 30 days and blah, blah, blah. There was all this ruckus saying that you stole her husband. What is going on? No. Instead, he plays a fucking collage of her weak-ass return. And it's like, oh, Porsha, we have you back. Like, sorry about your cousin Londi. Andy, get into the fucking mess. Get into what we want to know. We want to know why she stole that lady husband. It's like Bravo is never going to make her be accountable for this. So they did finally ask Kelli, oh, Kelli, you asked Porsha, why did you steal that lady husband? And I'm jumping way forward. And Kelli was like, yeah, I just asked her. And Portia's like, why did you yell at me at a party? Like, first of all, it was loud as hell. We already seen that on the after show. It was loud as hell in the party that y'all had to move into the other room. But for Kelli's voice, she wasn't even yelling. So did Porsha ever answer that question? No. Porsha was like, and did you get your answer? And she's like, well, yeah, you said that you were in love or whatever, but... So Kelli goes, the answer was that you really loved him. Does it seem real? No. So then Porsha tells Kelli, oh my God, me and you had a real conversation that we were going through the same thing. We're both going through a divorce. And Kelli's like, look, we are not going through the same thing. You were married for 11 months. I was married for 11 years. Let's not compare apples to peaches, okay? Then Porsha over there in the corner under her breath, I guess mine didn't count then. As soon as Kelli shut her down, she just didn't want to talk about it no more. So then Andy asked Porsha, you already been accused of stealing someone's husband. So why would you go on there and say that you want to smash Charles? And she's like, I already apologized for this. Actually, Angela apologized to me. Angela's like, wait. So I guess Porsha was trying to say that Angela apologized to her for bringing up at Nashville, like, oh, why did you take that lady's husband? So Angela's like, no, wait a minute. She's like, what I said was, Angela's like, no, you were the first one to bring up Charles. You're the one who said, I know something about your husband. So I said, you need to be accountable for taking that lady's husband. And, Shamea introduced you to Simon. Shamea said she introduced you to Simon. Then Shamea's like, no, I never said that. And then Shamea's like, matter of fact, they both have said that they met in each other's DMs. Girl, let's stop. Let's not act like Porsha not the one who slid into Simon's DMs. Let's not say in each other's DMs. But like this topic keeps coming up where they say that Shamea introduced them. And, they always act weird when it's asked. Like I've seen them in other interviews where they've asked Shamea that, like, how did Porsha and Simon meet? Did you introduce them? She's like, you got to ask Porsha that. Or Portia's like, you got to ask Shamea that. They never are fucking honest about the shit. So Angela pulls Shamea's card and she's like, you said in Nashville, I introduced them together. Portia's my best friend. And then they play a fucking clip that we never seen before. And in the clip, Shamea is saying, okay, so in the clip, they're sitting at the table and Shamea says word for word, I was there when she met Simon. So Andy asked Porsha, did Shamea introduce you to Simon? And she goes, like takes a breath, puts her hands up. It doesn't say shit. and pauses. So Andy goes, wait, why did you pause? Did she introduce you? And she's like, listen. So Angela goes, did she say that at the table at Nashville? And then that's when they play the clip about Nashville. And then they come back to Porsha and ask her again. And she goes, so Andy goes, look, did y'all have a story where you were going to say she introduced you so it doesn't look like you crept up in his DMs? And she goes, no, I got introduced to him. Bitch, you just said this whole time, no, she didn't introduce you to him. So which one is it? I feel like Porsha lies, but then tells on herself while she's trying to quote unquote tell the truth. So she's still going with the lie that no, Shamea didn't introduce her. But right after she just said what she said, no, I got introduced to him. So bitch, who introduced you to him then? So she goes, I got introduced to him and it happened and I took the heat for it and let me carry my heat. You know, I got him and I gave him back and, you know, everyone has moved on. Let's just move on. Like, so that's a lie that her and Shamea ain't never going to tell the truth on. No matter if they fall out or what, they going to stick to this lie. They going to stick to this lie. Do not admit that Shamea introduced y'all and y'all was meeting up at the Four Seasons, because that's what we seen on the Instagram. They was meeting up at the Four Seasons a year before they ever announced this fake ass engagement. Okay. They been had creeping allegedly. Now I want to get into, when have y'all ever seen a reunion where they bring out a friend to the show on fucking reunion part 1 after the first commercial break? When have y'all ever seen that? Oh, last night is when y'all seen it. Because last night, this is how you know how dreadful this reunion was. They already brought Cynthia out after the first fucking commercial break. Like, brought her out for what? And there was nothing revealed in her rollout except for, oh, Cynthia, you've been such a good friend to the show. How do you like it? And why is your clit inverted? Literally, that was it. Like, I don't know what the hell the point of bringing her out already was. Just like, I don't know what the point of Phaedra being out there already. Like, I guess she's supposed to be a peach holder, but she brought nothing to the show. She wasn't there till the last couple episodes. So why is she already out there on the couch? I don't know. The whole reunion was so boring that they literally panned to Phaedra's face the whole goddamn time. And Phaedra doing her funny ass faces and shaking her head up and down and doing them weird ass fucking, oh my God, I'm surprised, I'm shocked faces. Or Porsha asking Phaedra to co-sign and Phaedra co-signing everything Porsha said. That's literally the only thing Phaedra did on that stage. That's how you know they ain't had shit to put out yesterday. I don't know why they broke this shit up into 3 episodes when yesterday was so goddamn unrevealing. Matter of fact, let me show you a summary of the whole episode 1 of the reunion.
All right now.
This is what the camera panned to every 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds, we just see Phaedra's ass making faces. That was it. Okay, so back to the reunion. Any questions? Porsha was asked about Simon. Of course, she skates by because Andy ain't gonna hold her feet to the fire. Then she says she can't speak on him for legal reasons, which we all know that's bullshit. Andy asked her, where is Simon right now? She said she can't answer that. She's not going to answer any Simon questions. And he said, well, is he detained by ICE? And I can't remember if she answered or somebody answered. Somebody said he was, right? So then he goes, well, you know, the people on Twitter said that basically you called ICE on him. She didn't confirm or deny. She was just like, that doesn't benefit me. Why would I do that? And then she tries to blame on the other chicks on the other couch. Like, they all think it's funny. They're like, we don't think it's funny. And she's like, that doesn't benefit me for him to be there, you know. And then Andy's like, so what does that mean? Is he detained? And then Phaedra's like, yeah, if you're in ICE, you're detained. So then he's telling her how he's happy to see her finally in her house. And she's like trying to do poor me. Like, you know, that's the only thing I got in my divorce. You know, it wasn't about the house, but blah, 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 blah. Bitch, that is the only thing. So Andy asked Shamea, you know, were Gerald and Simon friends? And she's like, yeah, we all used to hang out. You know, it was a good time. She's like, but I told Porsha early on, you know, you need to check Simon and check all these rumors, because it was rumors going around as soon as Porsha announced that engagement that he was a scammer. Fallon was saying he had no office. Like, it was all these stuff going around saying that he was an illegal immigrant, that he had all these backgrounds. And so Shamea was like, yeah, I told her, did she check out all the rumors and make sure, you know, everything he had was legit? And Porsha gonna say, yeah, and I spent a lot of money doing due diligence. Bitch, how did you spend all your money doing due diligence, but you still act like you got divorced. You claim the reason why you got divorced was because he defrauded you and he wasn't honest with you. You didn't know he had all these problems. You didn't know that he was a fraudster and that had all these problems with his immigration. Like, you're just a fucking liar. Everything was all good until you changed your mind. That's all it was. I believe Simon when he says she tricked him, or what did he say? She preyed upon him, because let's be real. He was on there flossing like he owned all these little places in Atlanta. She went to his mansion. Oh, she seen they were on a PJ. So she thought they were living a good life. So as soon as she found out they was getting divorced, she slid up in that DM. That is essentially what targeted means. When you put your eyes on something and you want that, oh, you target them. You're going to go get that. I do believe she targeted him. And once someone else crept up in her DMs or whatever have you, she was on to the next one, okay? That's my story and I'm sticking to it. So anyways, Andy asked her about Dennis. Andy goes, someone on Twitter said they enjoy you and Dennis's interactions. Are y'all ever going to give Pilar a sibling? So Andy asked that to Porsha, and Porsha goes, you know what? Dennis is just a jewel. Like, who the fuck is giving her these PR answers? Like, did NBC Universal prep her ass and give her some PR training? Because when the hell have y'all ever heard Porsha answer a question talking about, he's a jewel? She was like, that's why I was so protective of our relationship. Girl, if you don't fucking stop, who are you selling this ish to? Like, I cannot. Angela and Drew laugh because she's so full of shit. She's like, that's why I needed to have this good co-parenting relationship while I was going through this divorce. Porsha, can you just stop? Just, like, whoever's believing this is like, y'all are some fucking airheads. So this is the shit that I don't get about Andy. Andy had the nerve to ask Drew, like, why were you filming with Dennis when you know Porsha feels a way about it? She was like, look, wherever y'all film me, wherever I'm at, that's where y'all gonna catch me filming at. Basically, if she's a fucking artist and she's in the studio, then you're gonna catch her in the studio with Dennis because that's who she's working with. Y'all supposed to be following their real lives, correct? Like, come on, let's make it make sense. Then Cynthia gonna put her 2 cents in, which this is why Cynthia just needs to go, because she's not ever gonna be honest. She's always gonna be on whatever team she think gonna put her in the best position. She's like, well, why would you even put yourself in that position, Drew, to make it look like, that makes it look bad? Because, they keep trying to make it look like, oh, Drew was trying to get with Dennis and smash for beats, because Porsha brought that up again. Well, Dennis texted me that. She's like, well, let's see the text. And Porsha's like, oh, I don't got it. How fucking convenient, Porsha. You don't have the text. So then Drew's like, well, Ralph's seen the text. And it wasn't what you said. She's like, well, this is Porsha. Well, the text says something like, I'm not fucking you. I need my money for the studio or whatever. Like, girl, the text does not add up to, oh, you're trying to fuck for the studio time.
In alliance together.
I think what Dennis was saying in the text was basically, I'm not trying to fuck you over. You need to pay for studio, whatever. Like, Dennis has went on record saying that's not what happened. Everyone has said it. Porsha, you're just trying to make shit look like what it isn't. But what I'm really irritated with is, Cynthia, sit the hell down. You talking about, Drew, why would you even put yourself in the position to look like that? Like, as if she's looking like she's smashing for beats. Cynthia, you shut the hell up, because you let Porsha run all over you. Let's not talk about how she whooped your ass on the boat. Now she on interviews in your face talking about she wants your baby daddy. But I thought baby daddies hit different. I thought they're off limits. It's like the rules always change for Porsha, and I'm fucking tired of it. So anyways, Andy asked Porsha, like, so now after you've seen everything and you've seen she wasn't trying to get at Dennis, you see they were just working, how do you feel? Do you feel different? Her fake ass gonna get up and be like, come here, let me give you a hug. So Porsha give her a fake hug. Matter of fact, I don't even know if they ever hug, because all I seen was them holding hands. But anyways, she's like, one of the things I want to do today was come here and apologize, because I really did feel bad about it. And, I filmed with Ralph just to be petty. It's like, I told you, Porsha's whole plot for the reunion was to come here, cop and please, apologize, so that way no one will go in on her. And she wants to dead that with Drew so Drew could stop going in on her. But yeah, the reunion was just a bunch of fluff, boring just like the season. There was one point when they were like, oh, why did you have Shamea ask Drew, is she smashing Dennis? And Porsha tried to say, I never told Shamea to ask her that. And Porsha's like, yes, you did. Shamea's like, yes, you did, Porsha. So it's like, it's a bunch of he said, she said, no one's taking accountability. Just a bunch of bullshit. Nothing was riveting. Nothing was revealing. It was pretty boring, just like the season. So I don't know what the hell episode 2 and 3 is going to be about. I'm waiting to see, just like y'all. But tell me what y'all think down in the comments. Do y'all think that Shamea introduced Porsha to Simon? Do you think they were messing around for a year before they ever exposed it, like the blog said? Like, what do y'all believe in? Tell me what y'all think down in the comments. Talk to me. I'll talk back. Do y'all think this reunion was given what it's supposed to give? Have y'all ever seen a friend being brought out in the first 5 minutes of the show? All right. See y'all in the next video. Put your notification bells on. Do all of the things. And I'll see y'all in the next one.